Final Fantasy VII Remake, release date 10th of June. Ooh, the PS5 upgrade. It's only 95 gig in size. That's about right. That's what it is for the PlayStation 4 version. But of course, if you have the PlayStation 4 version, you can... that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, well, I'll take it. You can go to the free upgrade. This is, of course, assuming that you didn't get the PlayStation Plus free version, because this makes you ineligible for it, and you have the disc version of the original remake on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 with the disc drive. For the record, yes, this is gameplay from, well, the combat simulator, the hard one. This is, and it bugs me every time because I pronounce his name completely wrong, but this is how you get what is basically the final summons from Beaumont? Again, depends how you want to say it. I've butchered it. I didn't know that Sephiroth is not his actual name for a long time, but, well, I have this because I had a whole video made about how to get him, how to get the horde simulator back in early April, because nobody else had done it. A month later, nobody's still done it, and, well, I just never made it. And just like everybody else, it still annoys me, to this day, you could not play as Nanaki. Respect to those who get the reference, by the way, on that, because Red 13... his actual name is Nanaki, but that hasn't been explained in the remake yet, so call that spoilers as much as you want. This is a... I'm trying to remember. 20-plus-year-old game at this point? Yeah, there's no such thing as spoilers in this. But, yeah, the scenery, everything else, it was good. The graphics were fine. This is what I was not looking forward to. It's completely and utterly removed the original version of this, the PlayStation 4 version. That has kind of added files to it, and now it is just the remake. Well, it's supposed to have better graphics. What I want to do... Ooh, continue. Why wouldn't we? Are you sure you want to? Yes. Just send me back to where we were before, so we can have a quick look at the difference in the... Okay. Yep, this is exactly why I was using that footage from before, because I can get back to the same area and take on a few battles. This is running that little bit smoother, actually. I have not played this in ages, so ignore me if I fail epically at taking out some enemies. I don't remember the controls. I remember nothing at all. Spells, yeah, just do that. And then we'll swap to a different character. That's not the character I want to jump to. That is, but whatever. Oh my god! Oh, thanks. Oh, huh. Oh my god! You know what? Give me back it. Nope. Give me back him. Command list. Abilities. Infinity End, why not, and go on the one that's most powerful, and then we'll swap to him, keep them stunned while he finishes them off, and done. Actually, it doesn't look too bad in the slightest. I will admit, this whole Minigames side of it, with that Condor stuff, can get slightly weird simply because they have this, what's the best way I can put this? You have to win games to get coins to buy the upgraded weapons and such, and if you don't do it right, you're basically going to mess up your build and lose badly. But if you don't, you're going to lose badly with the higher level competitors in this, because, well, you have to work your way towards the higher level guy who has prizes, is all I'm going to say, because I'm still torn at the minute whether I'm actually going to do the whole complete playthrough of, what is it, the INTERgrade, the INTERmission, as it's put in the game, but it's the INTERgrade, which is the... Yeah, I think the INTERgrade is just the name of the Final Fantasy VII upgrade, hence grade, and the INTERmission is the actual DLC itself. It is really kind of weird as to what to call it, but yes, the graphics are a little bit better. It mainly, from what I could see, comes down to the lighting more than anything else that I came across while playing this. The lighting is vastly improved. The loading times are better. There was really nothing using the controller, the haptic feedback that I came across during this game. Let's be honest, I finished this already, and yeah, okay. I'm not going to go too far into it for massive spoilers, and as I say, I'm still torn whether I actually want to do a whole playthrough of this or not, because they never work out that well, and I usually end up with other massive issues because I've done that. But there is a visit at the end by somebody who shouldn't be in the game, because he's been long dead. And, well, again, I don't want to go too much into spoilers about this, but they are yet again taking huge leaps and changing way too much about the original Final Fantasy VII game with this. It's possible Yuffie was there during the whole Midgar fiasco. This basically takes place just after Cloud has been split from the rest of the team and you've taken down the second reactor, and then the plate falling, etc, etc, but not at the same time. Because there's parts of this that happen in the wrong order. I'm glad Yuffie was added. She was kind of teased the whole trailer part of it when they first started showing this, but you can't play as Red 13, who is a playable character. Well, he is part of the team, which technically still kind of is, you just can't control him or change anything about him. There is also, is it Cat Scythe? Oh, that's going to annoy some people. During the original remake, he kind of turns up. There's a lot of things they've changed about the game, but that's why it's called a remake. Because, yes, it's kind of the same storyline, but they're delving way too deep into side quests and everything else, and during Chapter 1, it's the first game I literally completed everything before moving on. With the intermission, I did no such thing. I just went, yeah, I'm not playing with this Condor stuff, I'm out. And then just before the end of Chapter 1, decided, well, I know what's going to happen next, so better complete this. It was weird, but just as enjoyable as the original remake was, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and the only reason I haven't completed it on hard mode just comes down to a lack of time more than anything else. I had time when it came out, and I sat down and I played it and I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I was playing it on a tiny little monitor and couldn't enjoy it. This time I actually got to play it on a TV, not much bigger than the monitor, but it's still a TV, and could hear it, and it was just a lot more enjoyable. The game itself, as you could expect from a DLC, is much shorter than the original game, which is where my biggest complaint, and all of this comes full circle back to where we all started from. The fact that they are charging so much is kind of insulting. Yes, the intermission can be bought separately for fairly cheap compared to the actual game, but the fact that they didn't just have it as the PS4 version will work on the PS5, but upgraded for PS5, and even maybe have it as you have the fourth one, you can buy the fifth one as an upgrade for cheap. Yes, they did it for free, and then had it on the PlayStation Plus, the PlayStation Network. Made no sense there. They had it on PlayStation Plus for free, and unless you read the terms and conditions of that before accepting it, yeah, a lot of people will be annoyed the fact that they did that, because they would have claimed it so you don't have to put the disc in, because they have the digital version of the console, or they have the digital version of the PlayStation 5, which doesn't have a CD drive on it, and they have a physical copy of the game, so they can't claim their free version of the game anyway. If you owned the fourth one, you should have got the fifth one for free no matter what, even if you got it free from the PlayStation Plus, or made it a sub $10 DLC. Well, the DLC should have stayed as it was, but upgrade to the PlayStation 5 version. There is a lot of games that have done this. Warframe is a prime example. I play that all the time, and that, well, it's a free game, so when they did their new versions, it was free. Gears of War, yeah, you can play that on the Xbox XS, and it's not asking you to pay for it again. But there are so many games that are doing this, that are forcing you to buy the game again for the next gen console because it has been slightly upgraded. What I would love to have done, rather than... Well, I didn't because I have the disc version of the console. Luckily, for this game, well, this and what will come in the next few days, possibly tomorrow, I have yet to decide that one. There is only one reason I flew through this game, and more on that later. I was one of the lucky ones who had the disc drive for this. It's so annoying that they are charging full price for an upgrade, so you have to play the game again. Yes, you could bring the game save over, but it just seems kind of insulting to want people to pay for a game twice. Much rather have bought it on PC, because it was supposed to come to PC 12 months after it came to PlayStation 4. They also said that the second part of the remake will be released on the PlayStation 4. This does nothing but tell us that that's a straight up lie. And the next part of the DLC, next part of the game, the Final Fantasy Remake Part 2, will more than likely be PlayStation 5 and not PlayStation 4. I actually know somebody who had a PlayStation 4 for this, and well, I don't know if they think the same thing, but there's a high possibility they do. They sold their PlayStation 4 because they'll rather play it on PC. I would rather play this on the PlayStation, hence I got it for the PlayStation. But yeah, I'll probably still pick this up on the PC when it comes out, but when I pick it up on the PC, it will be when they have completed it in 3 or 4 games time, so I can sit down and play the whole remake from start at Midgar to finish in the Northern Canyon all at once. Till then, have to suffer with paying stupid prices for the game. Hopefully, when they do this with the PlayStation 6, they actually stick with what they said originally and they release the previous versions, or the current version I should have said there, on previous versions of the console. They said they're going to make this remake on the PlayStation 4. Now they are making it for the PlayStation 5. That was expected. It was also expected they're just going to make it slightly better and just have it work on the PlayStation 5, not release it as a whole new game which locked it to a console exclusive for another 6 months. Yeah. Rockstar are also renowned on doing this with Grand Theft Auto, and that in itself is annoying because, yeah, I've got 4 and 5 on the Xbox 360. I also have them on the PC, and I don't play them on the consoles once they come to PC. I play them on the console to play them when they come out. This is the only reason I have consoles, because they do daft things like this. Well, actually it's for Halo, Gears of War, PlayStation was for Ratchet and Clank, PlayStation 5's for exactly the same thing, which, well, by the time this actually goes up, will already be playing. You can guess what that game from earlier was I was referring to. But yes, Final Fantasy VII Remake INTERgrade, the intermission is actually quite fun. I'm only going to use part of the first chapter for this. Kind of massively exclude spoilers because almost all of this was in the trailers, the cutscenes, the adverts and everything else about it anyway, so not really many spoilers in there. Once you get into chapter 2, it becomes spoiler central. That minigame is kind of annoying, yes. Still torn if I want to do a whole playthrough of this. It would be a lot of fun to do, but if I do, I'll probably start it from chapter 2, because chapter 1 is, well, we'll recap chapter 1 and then maybe go on from there. Don't know. Let me know in the comment section below, would you like to see me play through this? As I say, I have the whole playthrough of the actual remake somewhere. Turns out it's not sitting on the hard drive, though I did have hard drive failure a couple of weeks ago, so there's a high possibility I now have lost that, but I think I've got it backed up somewhere. Whether I do that or not, probably not, though now would be the perfect time to do it, but trying to explain that it's done on the PlayStation 4, not the PlayStation 5, would be kind of weird. Whereas this is on the PlayStation 5 and does look so much better. Again, I think it's just down to lighting, but we've gone on way too long, so I think we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.